On a Wednesday, we're all following the key election results across the nation very closely. We're going to tell you the possible national implications and what it all could mean for next year's presidential election. Also, the court clerk at the center of the Alec Murdaugh trial breaking her silence. Dan Abrams is going to discuss what it could mean for the case. And you'll see those stories and so much more right here on GMA.
And up next here on GMSA, we're getting caught up on all the results from Election Day across our city and state, what voters decided on and how it could affect you and your family. And checking TransSky, we've been tracking leftover construction on the northeast side this morning all hour long. We'll get an update coming up after this break.
This morning on GMSA, San Antonio police are working to deal with a string of break-ins that's putting a Northside neighborhood on edge. What they're doing to catch several teens accused in these crimes.
Plus, state lawmakers are staying in Austin for a historic fourth special session. What Governor Abbott is asking them to handle and how it could affect Texas families.
And let's look out there with live cam this morning. We're starting at 69 degrees. And if you like the warm weather, enjoy this morning and later this afternoon. But that's kind of going to go away for a little bit.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. It is 6 a.m. on your Wednesday. It is November 8th.
Thanks for starting your morning with us. I think it's good to live in San Antonio because you get your options. You can live with everything. You can have warm weather and cool weather within the same week.
We get them within the span of about 24 hours for sure this week. Mike Osterhage is looking ahead to cold front day, but that's not till tomorrow.
Yes, and I was going to say, I'm going to one up you on that. It's going to be within the span of about 6 hours tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah, because we'll start off very warm and humid like this morning, and then by the afternoon, it's going to be blustery and chilly and damp and beautiful fall weather. All right, here's a look over there by the airport 410. As you can see, no problem. Visibility is okay out there, but you go out to the west and Port SA has now dropped down to 5 miles visibility. A lot of fog is building into Atascosa County. Hondo has now dropped back down to, it was down to a half mile at one point, back up to about 7 now, back down again, and it's starting to thicken up somewhat in Kerrville. Uvalde's pretty good right now, but then, and Rock Springs has improved vastly, but a lot of fog around Carrizo Springs as well, and Beeville also has some fog, but this morning, instead of being to the east, the general area is going to be further off to the west with some of that fog. And since we're already starting to see some around Port SA, watch it around Stinson as well. And again, heading out 90 off to the west. Upper 60s, mid-upper 60s, low 70s around the area right now. Way above normal, needless to say. Just a whole grocery list of allergens out there, but everything is on the low side. The updated count's going to come out about 7:30 or so this morning. Temperatures will stay pretty steady for the next few hours, get up to 80 at noon. And I think we'll have more clouds than what we had yesterday. Still some sunshine out there, still enough to get us up to 84 for high temperature. Very mild overnight, but we'll start to see a couple little sprinkly showers. Some rain around the area tomorrow morning, especially to the west, and then rain will continue to spread across the area, and temperatures are going to be dropping throughout the day tomorrow. So nice fall forecast, and best news is it does include some rain and a couple of rounds of rain. We'll talk about that coming up in just a few minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, still a big problem on the northeast side?
Yeah, Mike, traffic trouble so far for our drivers on the northeast side, as Mike just mentioned there. Taking a look at our TransGuide traffic camera for people just waking up right now. Loop 410 Austin Highway. So we're looking at a couple of things here. So we do have a crash, a couple of crashes being reported on the westbound lanes of traffic. That's these blinking lights you see right there. Traffic is getting through on the westbound lanes if you're coming in from 35 there at 410. Now, this is a bigger issue right now for most of our drivers. This is ongoing construction there on the eastbound lanes, and you could see our maps indicating the 2 crashes we have there. But again, as far as traffic is concerned, you could see that our major delays here on the eastbound lanes, traffic backed up all the way now to Harry Wurzbach Road. So this is going to be kind of an ongoing thing that we continue to follow throughout the morning. The rest of the San Antonio area, things looking pretty good right now. A lot of green on our screen here, so traffic inbound times, things looking pretty good. 22 minutes, 25 minutes, and 25 minutes from many of our cities up north. And you can see traffic the rest of the way, things looking pretty good. Again, Loop 410 at Austin Highway, Perrin Vital. Big mess here on both directions. We'll continue to follow the very latest. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. San Antonio police say a man's hands have gotten into a whole lot of trouble. They say shoplifting was only the beginning of his crimes.
Trina Weber went to that business on West Commerce near General McMullen and has the latest on the investigation.
Police say the man who they now have in the back of one of their patrol cars struck out against a worker here at Vape City who tried to stop him from stealing. Now, police say with that one move, what would have been a simple case of theft rose to the level of a robbery. Police had to chase down that man. They caught him not far from here. They were called to this business, a 24-hour smoke shop, right around 4 this morning. This is the 4800 block of West Commerce. Now, the worker told them that there were actually 3 people in the store who were attempting to steal items. He says when he tried to take back the merchandise from one suspect, that man hit him in the face, then ran away. And police believe they do have that man in custody now, but the other 2 people got away. This is yet another worker who was hurt while trying to stop a suspected shoplifter. As you may recall, last Tuesday night, in fact, a loss prevention officer at Macy's in North Star Mall was actually shot by a man who that worker believed was trying to steal from the store. Reporting live on the west side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
And there is an Amber Alert that's going out to phones across Texas. Police in Laredo are looking for 9-month-old Delia Lopez. She has brown hair and brown eyes. Now, police say the suspect is driving a blue 2010 Volkswagen with a temporary Texas license plate number 2421V94. That suspect was last seen in Laredo. If you have any information, you are asked to call the Laredo Police Department, and that number should be on your screen right now. There it is, 956-795-2800.
At the Capitol in Austin, a special session number 4 has already started for the Texas legislature. The 3rd session ended Tuesday morning without a deal on school vouchers. So this 4th session is a first for the Texas legislature in its 176-year history. Looking at the issues, Governor Abbott is still pushing to establish a school voucher-like program and increase border security. 72 bills have already been filed for consideration by House lawmakers who will reportedly spend their first few days in committee hearings before the full House meets on Friday.
As we continue our election results coverage this morning, the mayoral race in Converse has a winner. Incumbent Al Suarez gets the win over Deborah James with 58% of the vote. We're going to have more results coming up in our 6:30 half hour. And for our complete recap of the election, you can just scan this QR code on your screen and head to our Vote 2023 tab on KSAT.com for the latest updates and results.
San Antonio police working closely to arrest some teens suspected of several car break-ins and thefts. This is happening in neighborhoods near Vance Jackson and Dreamland on the city's north side. SAPD says the crimes have been going on for a while now. Our detectives say it takes time to build the case to file arrest warrants. Property crimes and auto thefts have been on the rise across the city, so police are warning residents not to confront thieves.
Don't confront these guys. These guys don't care. They're dangerous.
And that's when I hollered at them. But when I hollered, I moved forward and tripped the light. So they saw me. So they, as they were turning and going back into their vehicles, they took the shots and then took off. Well, they went that way.
Police say the best thing to do is not get involved and instead file a report. Any evidence like videos connected to a crime should be linked to a case number and turned over to detectives.
It's been several months since a string of police shootings led to questions about Bexar County's criminal justice system and how repeat violent offenders are handled. At the time, elected officials and local law enforcement promised that they were going to meet to find solutions. Now, the Bexar County District Attorney's Office says its new high-risk intake team is part of that effort. In a statement, the DA's office says the team will, quote, foster better cooperation between its office and local law enforcement to identify cases they consider high risk. That includes repeat offenders or those involved in violent crimes.
Now streaming on KSAT.com. For months, the fractured NEISD board has failed to choose a replacement for the late Terry Williams, who passed away back in August. 3 trustees are backing Jacqueline Klein. Klein ran for the board last year and lost despite the backing of a Conservative Political Action Committee, or PAC. KSAT investigates Dylan Collier takes a closer look at the PAC's finances and questioned Klein about her campaign money and help from the group. You can watch it right now on KSAT Plus and the KSAT YouTube page.
Many school districts across San Antonio are scrambling to hire certified armed officers to keep up with the new state law on school security. The law requires armed security officers on all public school campuses during regular school hours. This morning, Southwest ISD swore in 13 new officers to meet that requirement.
Went on a full court press to hire police officers. It was kind of a challenge because, you know, the bill was passed late June.
For the larger school districts, getting to the requirements can be more of a challenge. Northside ISD approved 20 new officer positions after the bill was enacted and currently has more than 30 vacancies for its police department. We also checked with Northeast ISD. The district created 46 safety specialist positions to meet the requirement. It has filled 22 of those positions.
2024 could mean higher power bills for CPS Energy customers again. And today, the utility will present its proposed rate increase of 4.25% to its Board of Trustees. This year's proposal slightly higher than the last increase of 3.85% approved back in 2022. If CPS trustees and the city approve the latest hike, customers will see the change on their bill starting February 1st. CPS Energy says the increase would help cover costs in several areas. That includes infrastructure updates, investments to prepare for growth, technology and security, and its own staff. CPS Energy says it will hold several meetings for community feedback throughout November. The Board of Trustees is expected to vote on the hike by the end of the year. Then it's up to the council to have the final decision.
Spurs are looking to regroup and bounce back from a brutal loss in Indiana. The Silver and Black will be in New York City at Madison Square Garden against New York Knicks. Tip-off time is set for 6:30 p.m. San Antonio time.
10 minutes past the hour, 69 degrees.
Look out there with a live cam. Not too bad out there. You really don't need a jacket this morning. Later this afternoon, definitely not. It's going to warm up, but enjoy that warm weather while it lasts because things are going to change very soon.
6:14, welcome back. We're spreading the word about shoe and sock donations for the San Antonio Police Department Share the Shoes campaign. From now through December 12th, you could donate new shoes or socks to any of the 7 SAPD substations.
Every donation will be given to a child in need of new shoes through Zapatos, and last year's donations boosted their supply significantly, but the need is always there.
They're looking for shoes and socks for toddlers to adults. Another request is shoes for whiter feet. So if you'd like to donate for the great cause, you could do so through December 12th at the substations. We also have all this information for you at ksat.com if you'd like it there.
A long-standing San Antonio tradition, the Raul Jimenez Thanksgiving dinner is getting ready for the big day, but they're in need of volunteers.
The annual dinner feeds thousands of people each year. If you'd like to volunteer, you can go to rauljimenezdinner.com to sign up.
And if you are interested in going to the dinner itself, it will be at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center on Thanksgiving Day, and VIA will be taking people to the event for free.
No Shave November continues. We are now 8 days in, and photographer Adam Barraza continues to lead our leaderboard. More information, go to ksat.com/noshave. Yeah, Adam's still in the lead with $250, but Stephen Cavazos is right behind him with $225.
Woohoo! Justin Horn 200 and Mark Austin 200. Yesterday morning, Mark was at 100, so now he's double that. And Mike,
I think I was at 25 yesterday, so I think somebody.
There you go.
Thank you all very much.
Yes, and Max Massey also on the leaderboard with 25.
Well, let's keep those donations coming in, all for a fantastic cause. We'll keep you updated as the month goes on.
That's right. And RJ, you can see, is participating as well. Let's check on him in the traffic department.
Yeah, I actually got my first donation the other day, so I'm going to be going up that leaderboard sometime soon, hopefully. Okay, guys, this ongoing situation here, been dealing with this for over an hour or so. Loop 410 at Austin Highway, and now we have emergency vehicles there. TxDOT crews out there. We have a couple of crashes here on the westbound lanes. Now it looks like construction has lifted there in the eastbound lanes, but you can see it is slowly kind of getting through this area. We'll continue to monitor TxDOT to see exactly what's happening here. Again, westbound lanes there, Loop 410 at Perrin Vital. A couple of accidents that TxDOT is reporting at the moment. Also want to let you know about a stalled vehicle that's being reported right now. This is in the Government Hill, Dignity area. This is northbound there at 35 at Pine Street, and not really affecting too much of our traffic flow right now, but I believe we do have a TransGuide traffic shot of that area, and you can see that we have a TxDOT crew out there as well. Traffic's still getting through here, but again, this is something that just kind of popped up on our radar right now, and something that we're going to have to continue to monitor as we make our way through. But again, biggest thing that we've been following here throughout most of the morning there, Loop 410, Austin Highway, both directions still seeing a pretty good delay there, and hopefully they can clear out that crash there on the westbound lanes here pretty soon. Yeah, it's been a busy morning out there, guys, on the northeast side.
Thanks, RJ.
Yes, it has been.
3 words for you. Team gray hair. I'm gonna say right there.
Shameless plug there.
Exactly. Don't need a jacket this morning. Temperatures are in the mid-upper 60s, low 70s. Some patchy fog, especially heading out to the west. Going out 90, you're going to run into some of that. Hondo, Uvalde, further on out there, and even going out 10 this morning. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. And then very warm again today. A few more clouds than yesterday, up to 84. And it's going to stay mild for next 24 hours, we'll say. And then temperatures are going to start to finally drop back down. All right, take a look at this picture right now. Oh, let me switch shots, even though that one's absolutely gorgeous.
Nice
we can look at that one a second time. And there's another great shot of Woodlawn Lake. Thank you for that one. Look at how the perfect reflection there. That's just great looking. Thank you so much for that. All right, out there by the airport, as you can see, lots of clouds hanging around here. Visibility is good here. However, now Port SA was down to 4 miles about 20 minutes ago. Now it's back up. But look at that Hondo. Very, very thick fog. Down around Pleasanton, very thick fog, and then further out in toward just beyond, almost to Rock Springs, but just beyond Hondo, we got some thicker fog up there, a little bit around Kerrville as well, and Carrizo Springs has now dropped down to just a quarter-mile visibility. So basically, it's the western half, southwestern half of our viewing area today. Obviously, still some fog down there along the coastal plains, so we'll have to watch out for that. 85 yesterday, today going to be up to 84, and that's pretty much common all around the area, almost the average temperature, well above normal by, again, a good 10 to 15 degrees. And then overnight, temperatures, like I said, stay very, very mild through the morning hours for roughly the next 24 hours. Then they're going to start to drop down, and we'll be down around the low 60s, upper 50s by dinner time, late afternoon. Look at that, even low 50s out in northwest portions of the hill country. And as far as rain, we're going to start to see a couple of showers later on tonight, and then some of the heavier rain starts to move in here, especially late tomorrow, early on Friday, and then including Sunday, what's going to be going on. So this is kind of to, broad brush or big picture of things. Lesser amounts of rain, but still you're going to be seeing half inch of rain or more in spots out in the hill country. But the widespread heavier rain is going to be down here to the south and southeast, where we could see 2-3 inches of rain and even some higher amounts on top of that as far as some of those localized heavier downpours. Here's what's going on. We've got this upper level steering winds well up there to the north of us, but we're starting to see everything sort of drift down to the south a little bit. And then what's going to be happening is this will push a surface front through here, but we still have the overrunning on top of that. So that's why we're going to be keeping a lot of clouds, even though it's cool here at the surface. And unlike the last front that moved through and, just cleared everything out, this one, we keep the clouds on top of it, and that's going to help to keep temperatures down. We'll stay in the 60s all the way through the weekend, and best chance of rain is going to be then tomorrow afternoon, and then overnight, early Friday morning, then again Sunday into Monday. Temperatures drop throughout the day. Tomorrow it's going to be windy tomorrow, windy on Friday. Fire up the grilled cheese and soup.
All right.
Grilled cheese soup alert.
Yes.
Yes.
We should have it running at the bottom of the screen in like cornbread yellow banner.
So everybody remembers. Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Head to that grocery store.
As far as grilled cheese.
Right.
So.
We'll do it till the boss says no.
Yeah.
621, 69 degrees.
And just ahead, a high school senior is speaking out on why she quit social media and how it changed her life for the better. That's next in your GMA First Look.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic for asthma.
In this morning's GMA First Look, how one teen broke the grip she felt social media had on her.
I feel like there's just like a huge weight off my shoulders.
Kate Romalewski is like any high school senior who grew up on a steady diet of technology.
All I was doing was just using my phone, then switching to my computer, then going back to my phone, and it was so draining.
But when an app estimated that she'd likely spend 17 years of her life watching screens, she knew she needed a change.
After a few days, I think the thing I realized the most is just replacing your social media habits with more productive ones. I just felt so much more in tune with myself, and I felt so much less pressure.
Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more of Kate's story and the important lessons for teens and parents. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
In your morning consumer headlines, Apple's released its latest iOS 17 update as a remedy for several bugs. It fixes a problem with Apple Pay and other features that become unavailable after charging the iPhone 15 with wireless chargers in certain vehicles.
Waze is helping drivers avoid crash-prone areas. The Maps app is now offering crash history alerts. The notifications are based on reports from Waze users and AI analysis.
Just in time for Black Friday later this month, Google has new ways for shoppers to find deals. The additions include a deals destination page on the main search platform. There are also new shopping features for Chrome, including the latest deals and discounts on previously searched items.
Because we need more help shopping.
You do.
No, we don't. Time now 6:26, 69 degrees for now.
Glad you're with us this morning. Let's check out TransGuide 410 Austin Highway. Still have some barriers out there and some flashing lights. We'll get an update from RJ Marquez coming up live right here on GMSA. This morning on GMSA, a man is in San Antonio police custody after trying to rob a business on the city's west side. Katrina Weber is live near the scene. We'll hear from her in just moments.
Plus, the city of Uvalde has a new leader with a familiar face in the aftermath of the shooting at Robb Elementary.
Mike says tomorrow is cold front day, but in the meantime, more morning low clouds and some patchy fog.
Hi, good morning. It is 6:30, Wednesday, November 8th.
Thanks for starting your morning with us here on Good Morning San Antonio. Mike Ostrage is lurking to our right. He joins us now.
Yeah.
Hey, I was just saying, because we talked about tomorrow being cold front day, it's going to be one of those days where make sure you grab a jacket in the morning, even though you don't need it, because by the afternoon it's going to be blustery. We'll have some rain, and temperatures will definitely be dropping down. Not the situation this morning. Out there at the airport, visibility is good. I was trying to see if there's any kind of fuzz off in the distance, maybe a little bit of it because we've got so much humidity out there right now and some fog in places. 70 right now, dew point 67. Both of these numbers have gone up from yesterday, and when those two are very, very close and you don't have much of a breeze, we've got a little bit of a breeze out there at the airport, you start some of the ingredients to get some fog. So in places like Hondo, down to 3/4 of a mile visibility, half mile now. Pleasanton, Port SA was flirting with some reduced visibility, but not bad. However, if you're heading out 90, heading down 281, 37, you're going to run into some of this fog, and even going out 10 and toward Fredericksburg. Carrizo Springs now, 0 visibility, so pea soup down there and a little bit down to the south. So past couple of days it's been off to the east. Pretty much it's going to be the sort of south and southwestern half of our area where the fog is this morning. Temperatures all around the area, of course, we are 10, 15, even more above normal on average, and a whole laundry list of allergens out there. Everything, though, is on the low side. Updated count comes out about an hour or so. So today, mixture of sunshine and clouds. I think a few more clouds than what we had around here yesterday. Still enough to get us into the mid 80s. Like I said, tomorrow, take a jacket even though you don't need it in the morning. We'll have a few little showers around the area tomorrow morning as well, especially off to the west. And then front moves through. Here in town, we're looking at late morning, about noon, sooner in the hill country, cooler throughout the day, windy, and some of that rain will then pick up, and especially tomorrow night into Friday, could see some potentially heavy spots of rain, especially to the east and southeast. Chilly, cloudy. After that, we'll get a lull in the action in the rain for Friday Night Football, for Saturday, Veterans Day, and also when Steph and I are there to greet the big man at the Alamo Quarry. Sunday, Monday, more rain moves in here, still on the chilly side. So good looking fall forecast. Details in a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ Marquez. Well, right, still out there?
Yeah, still dealing with some traffic troubles here on the northeast side, and just talked to TransGuide. Thanks to them for putting this different shot, just to give you a perspective of what we're looking at here. So we're looking at eastbound traffic there, Loop 410 at Starcrest, and again, this is because of ongoing construction. This is not because of crashes. The crashes are actually on the other side of Loop 410, and we'll take a closer look here with our maps. You can see that now we do have more traffic building, though, on the westbound lanes of Loop 410, right there where 35 people coming in from 35 south getting onto Loop 410 west. This is now starting to back up, and I'll show you a little bit of another TransGuide shot here in a minute, but you can see that ongoing construction still causing a major mess, a backup all the way to Harry Wurzbach Road. If you need to exit there, you can go to Austin Highway, but chances are you're probably going to still run into a little bit of what we're looking at here at 410 and 35. One other thing to let you know about, we have a stalled vehicle, 35 northbound at Pine Street, causing a little bit of delay there in this area. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, sir. New this morning, a smoke shop worker is shaken but not seriously hurt after a violent run-in with a suspected shoplifter.
San Antonio police say the suspect hit him in the face when he tried to stop him from stealing. Our Katrina Weber has that story live from downtown.
Katrina, good morning. You mentioned earlier this is at least the second time in a week that a worker's been hurt while trying to stop a crime.
Well, that's right. It was about a week ago, last Tuesday night, when a loss prevention officer at Macy's at North Star Mall was shot while trying to stop a suspect from stealing. Now, this time around, it was a similar situation, but not quite as severe. Also a worker who was injured, but not quite as severely as what happened last week. I'm going to show you the video for what happened there. It was over at Bake City in the 4800 block of West Commerce, where a worker was hit in the face. Police say this morning around 4 o'clock. They say he was trying to stop 3 people actually who were taking some merchandise from that business, a 24-hour smoke shop. Police say that one of those people then hit the clerk in his face as he tried to stop him and take back the merchandise. All 3 of them then ran off. Police did manage to catch one man, the one who they believe did the punching. The other 2 got away. Now, the clerk was not seriously hurt, but we did talk to his manager, and he says that this is the kind of thing that he tries to advise his workers not to do, to let people, if they're trying to steal, to let them go and not try to intervene, because he says he never knows whether they'll be armed or not. And again, in that case at North Star Mall last week, we saw that there was a suspect who police say was armed and shot a clerk. Reporting live downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. We want to give you an update on an Amber Alert that we told you about this morning at 6 a.m. The temporary license plate number is 3970S52, and the vehicle the suspect is driving is a 2015 Volkswagen. Now, police in Laredo are looking for 9-month-old Delia Lopez. She has brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information, you are asked to call the Laredo Police Department. That number is on your screen, 956-795-2800.
The results are in this morning for the 14 state constitutional amendments on this year's ballot.
Let's take a look at the results for some of the key propositions, and starting with Proposition 4. So this one has the interest of homeowners in mind. It temporarily limits appraisal values for non-homestead properties and increases the homestead exemption on school district taxes from $40,000 to $100,000. And as you can see, 83% voted for this.
Proposition 6 deals with creating the Texas Water Fund. The fund will be used to help finance water projects like fixing the state's aging, deteriorating pipes and reducing water loss. 78% voted for it, 22% against.
And then we move on to Proposition 9, and this one is for retired teachers. Voters approved a cost of living adjustment for retired teachers. This is from 2 to 6%. You can see the results there, 84% of the votes for this amendment.
Well, over in Uvalde, the city has a new leader with a familiar face. Voters elected former 2-time Mayor Cody Smith over 2 other candidates.
One of them was the mother of a Robb Elementary victim, and our Lee Waldman was there as the votes were tallied.
Lots of mixed emotions in front of the Uvalde Leader News as the former mayor of the city, Cody Smith, wins election again.
Smith faced off against Lexi Rubio's mom, Kimberly, and Uvalde CISD teacher Veronica Martinez. This special election drew out huge crowds of voters at polling locations Tuesday, especially in the final hours of voting. Smith won with just over 65% of the vote, and Rubio walked with her family to concede the race just after 8 o'clock. She tells us this doesn't stop her fight for change and to help unite the community.
I care about my community. I see so much hurt, and I wanted to be a part of helping that. I can still do that. And as far as why, I do everything for Lexi. Lexi is always with me. I take her no matter where I go.
Smith, now a 3-time mayor and former councilman, says he's planning on working with Rubio, the other victims' families, and the community on a path forward.
There's some of these people that we're going to have to hold up a while. But we all have rights, we all have responsibilities. So everybody's going to need to take a long look at themselves and see what they can do to help this community.
When asked what Smith plans to do when the Robb Elementary shooting investigation wraps up, he says he doesn't have an answer for that right now.
This was a special election after the former mayor, Don McLaughlin, announced that he was stepping down, so Smith's term as mayor-elect will only last a year. Smith tells us that he was already planning on running in the regular mayoral election before McLaughlin made his announcement. In Uvalde, Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
For a complete recap of the election, you could just scan the QR code on your screen right now and head to our Vote 2023 tab on KSAT.com for the latest updates and results.
6:39, 69 degrees.
I'm Sarah Costa, and we are in Poteet. Coming up on GMSA, we introduce you to the family behind Sotex Farms as they plant strawberries for the season and the importance of those strawberries to this community.
642, the community of Poteet has been growing strawberries since 1948. It started as a way to encourage soldiers to come back home after the war.
Now, even though the Poteet Strawberry Festival isn't until April, the local farmers have already started planting for it.
In this week's Gardening with KSAT segment, Sarah Costa visited Sotex Farms in Poteet as they planted strawberries for the season and learned about the importance of those strawberries for the community.
I love strawberries, even though I'm mildly allergic to them.
Pat West Jr. and Joanna Garcia of Sotex Farms in Poteet put a lot of love and care into planting their strawberries.
I'll eat them until I get a rash. But growing up in Poteet, there's a lot of pride for it. My grandfather was actually one of the people who started the Strawberry Festival back in 1948 as a way to bring soldiers back from World War II to have pride in their town, and now I'm here carrying on the legacy.
That festival, a tradition that still goes on today, attracting over 100,000 people. It's the economic pulse for this small town.
It's really an economic boom for the county and the city. Not to mention, I didn't mention a while ago, but during the Strawberry Festival, we have a lot of civic organizations that have booths in the Strawberry Festival grounds, churches, nonprofits, all kinds of groups like that, and that is their main fundraiser for the year.
The money also going back to the strawberry growers in Poteet that compete and then auction off their produce.
A lot of the money goes back to the growers, those who, the grand champions and all the different places, and we also keep some of the money for scholarships for the local students.
Planting looks a little different here in Poteet compared to where most of the country's strawberries come from, Northern California.
We get a little bit more sun earlier than everybody else, so we actually plant in October, sometimes September, all the way through November, and our berries come in about mid-February and stay through about the first week of June.
This is what the plants look like when we get them. We cut off a couple of inches of this root, we poke holes, put them in the ground, and we let them grow, and once they're in the ground, we're pretty much hands off until the harvest season comes.
So here at Sotex Farms, they've made over 13,000 feet of rows, and over the next 2 weeks, 30 to 40 people are going to help them plant 33,000 strawberries. And they have had a lot of success at the festival since 2018.
We got Reserve Grand Champion 2 years ago in our 4th year of growing. We've gotten first place miscellaneous 2 years in a row now. She talks to all the plants, and I really do think it's because we grow on clay. The clay is, it has a lot more natural nutrients in it. I think our berries just taste sweeter because of it.
And we'll get a taste test come this April. Happy farming in Poteet. I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Sarah. 645.
It's still a mess over at Loop 410 and Austin Highway. Let's check back with RJ Marcus.
Yeah, guys. So first of all, some other news. I-35 at Pine, that has been cleared out. So this is basically what we're looking at right here. Westbound lanes have TxDOT vehicles out there trying to clear out this crash that we've had for more than an hour now. But you can see on the other side, eastbound traffic is starting to move through in this area as we take a look at our other camera in the area there, 410. Looking at the eastbound lanes of Starcrest, so just about 15 minutes ago, we saw that there was a pretty good backup there all the way to Harry Wurzbach. Traffic is now starting to move along in this area, but still has caused a bit of a major mess this morning for our drivers out there. So yeah, still kind of some lingering issues there on the northeast side.
Thanks for the update, sir.
Yes, and prepare for tomorrow.
Prepare for tomorrow. I was just going to say about this picture, though. It's always when you live here, you forget about a lot of those great places to go to. Mission San Juan, the mission's down there. That's always so beautiful down there, and a great picture too. So thank you very much for that. But yeah, those are really cool to go visit if you've never been. All right, out there at the airport, obviously things are lightening up, but we still have a lot of clouds. You can see sort of that fuzzy look off there in the distance with all the humidity. Now, these numbers have been changing literally every few minutes down to 3/4 of a mile visibility. Hondo, very thick fog in Pleasanton. Some around Kerrville. Uvalde, which was flirting with a half-mile visibility a couple of hours ago. Nothing out there right now. Pea soup at Carrizo Springs. Fog down to the southeast in Beeville as well, and then over there toward Eagle Pass. Again, very, very patchy in nature. Just be on the lookout because it will get thicker in places and keep going back and forth with these visibilities. Very thick fog at one point and then hardly anything at another. So that's going to be over the next couple of hours. We'll be up to 80 at noon. A few more clouds than yesterday, but still enough sunshine to get us up to 84, way above normal. All right, tomorrow we're going to be watching the front move in here in this time, and so it's going to be working its way through the hill country. Here in town, we're now looking at late morning, noontime, so it's sped up just a little bit compared to the past, what it had looked like the past couple of days. And these are some of the wind gusts out there, and it's definitely going to be blustery, 25, 30 mile per hour wind gusts, and then on top of that, we will have some rain, and of course temperatures are going to be dropping down. Even tonight and early tomorrow morning, a few little scattered showers here and there, and a couple of them around tomorrow morning, especially off to the west. So kind of allow yourself a little extra time for a little longer commute, perhaps, with some of these showers. And then as the front, notice how the majority of the rain is up here closer to the front, then that will continue to work its way down through the area as the front works its way down to the southeast. And that's where a lot of the heavier rain is going to be setting up. Then, now this is just through tomorrow evening, then tomorrow night, we'll start to get another sort of round of some rain moving on in. And again, the majority of this and some of the heavier downpours widespread are going to be in our southeastern counties, and that's going to be through the day tomorrow. Now, this computer model does keep some of that rain around through the morning hours Friday. Then we start to get a little bit of a break in the action tomorrow night into Saturday. Jump ahead to Sunday, and here's a different model, one of those long-range ones that has a lot of moisture coming back on in here to give us another chance of rain Sunday into Monday. There's even a different model, though, that's not as bullish with that rain, but kind of sticking with that one as of right now with that chance of rain Sunday into Monday. So again, today, 84. Start off mild tomorrow. Take a jacket in the morning tomorrow because you'll need it throughout the day. Going to be windy, going to get colder throughout the course of the day. And then on Friday, 55 starting off, and temperatures hardly move throughout the day. Rain, especially in the morning, and especially down to the southeast. That's going to be kind of the trend over the next few days. Friday evening, Saturday looks okay, and then more rain Sunday. Monday stays cool with those temperatures through the weekend then.
It's going to be funny trying to convince my little girl to take a jacket to school tomorrow. It's not cold. Take it anyway. I think we're all going to do that.
Tell her I told her.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Then she'll listen.
Listen to your mother, Rooney.
Thank you.
It's about 10 till 69 degrees.
Look out there with Live Cam. Yeah, for now, no need for a jacket this morning, especially this afternoon. Things will warm up for today, but again, be aware of those changes tomorrow. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Coming up here on a Wednesday, we're all following the key election results across the nation very closely. We're going to tell you the possible national implications and what it all could mean for next year's presidential election. Also, the court clerk at the center of the Alec Murdaugh trial breaking her silence. Dan Abrams is going to discuss what it could mean for the case. And you'll see those stories and so much more right here on GMA.
With the weather changes and allergies, if you feel like you're always stuffed up, you're not alone. Coming up today on GMSA at 9, we're going to be speaking with a health expert. I was pretending to be stuffed up.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
What to do when you're feeling that way and what to do to avoid or actually improve your sinus problems. Just read the script, Mark. So tune in for that conversation and more today on GMSA.
I thought you were trying to sound like Rudolph with the clay nose on there.
No, that's you, buddy. You got that down. Rudolph, how's it go?
It isn't very comfortable.
That's Christmas. Christmas talk, not
First time
allergy
I've heard
talk
that.
there.
That was good stuff. And you know what? That deer was actually in that that package that Sarah had earlier.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. All right, not so cool here. You know what? It's been a mess all morning for our drivers here on the northeast side. Loop 410, Austin Highway. We've had a crash that's been here for the better part of our morning there. This is the westbound lanes of traffic there at Loop 410 at Austin Highway right before Perrin Bidle. As we take a wider look at our maps, you can see that now we have this traffic buildup up to 35 there for our drivers coming in from 35 south, heading into the westbound lanes of Loop 410, and we still have a backup because of that lingering ongoing construction there on the eastbound lanes of Loop 410 at Perrin Bidle. So just been kind of a messy morning there all the way around. One more crash to kind of let you guys know about. This just popped up on TxDOT's website. We have a crash being reported there at I-10 1604. It's being reported westbound, but looks like it's affecting both directions of traffic there. Obviously, ton of ongoing construction there in that area as well near Vance Jackson Road. Mike.
All right, visibility out there by the airport is okay, but then we have those patches of very thick fog heading down toward Pleasanton, heading out toward Hondo, Kerrville, 5 miles visibility, and a lot more down there around Carrizo Springs. So it's going to be patchy for the next couple of hours. Very, very warm and humid right now, and we're going to make it up to 84 later on today. Tomorrow, take a jacket before you walk out the door because we'll start off warm, humid, a couple of showers around here. Then the front moves through, it gets colder, windy, and rain, and that's really going to start to pick up tomorrow night into early Friday and stays cool throughout the weekend.
Thank you, Rudolph.
Yes. Thank you. We'll see you guys at 9.
47 days till Christmas.